Bacterial bloom. How many more days?
April 8th! Hello! It is March 31st, and to be honest, a lot has happened since my birthday vlog. Story time. A few weeks ago, there was something bothering me about my big toe on my right foot. And when I pushed on it, like I don't know what it's called, it's like this part of your toe. So I noticed that that area came apart from my nail and it was a little swollen. Something was wrong because every time I push on it a little bit, it hurt. But I didn't think anything of it because I don't know. It didn't look bad. It's just a little swollen, but barely. And I ignored it. Then last week it got worse and I was like, I should probably get this checked. Let me Google what this is first, and I found out that it is paronychia is what it was called. I don't know how to pronounce it properly, so sorry if I mess that up. It definitely was paronychia because of the swollenness, the way that the skin is not really attached to the nail part anymore, and there was pus. I read online that I have to soak it in warm water, like, I don't know, a few minutes every day. So I kind of did that for 2 days, but I decided to make an appointment to the doctor. So I did, a podiatrist I found. I went to the doctor yesterday actually, and I went in thinking, oh, I'm just gonna get antibiotics, that's it, and cool, I don't have to deal with it. But I go in, he takes a look at it, and he's like, I think it has to do with an ingrown nail, and this is definitely paronychia. I was like, oh, an ingrown nail, that's weird. I didn't know this could be the cause of it. And he said that it probably is, and that the best thing to do was have a procedure. I'm like, what? A procedure? I did not come in thinking I was gonna get a procedure, like surgery done. So low-key was freaking out. I got surprise procedured, and yeah, I mean, he said it was a pretty easy procedure, about 20 minutes. All he's gonna do is get rid of that ingrown nail, and that's it, should be good. And I was like, oh, okay. So I agreed to it because he said that's the best thing to do to remove it. Otherwise, sometimes antibiotics may not help. And since I'm young, it'll heal pretty fast. Okay, now this part, I'm gonna give you a warning. If you are grossed out with medical stuff, I'm about to describe some gross stuff about what he did to my toe and how he removed the ingrown nail and all that. It's an interesting story, so I'm gonna tell it. He got all his tools and his equipment ready. A needle that was like really long, I don't know, probably this long. It was to numb my toe, and I was like, oh cool, yeah, I won't feel anything, it's fine. He put on a numbing spray, and then he pricked my toe, like the right part of it, like on one side, right? It was pretty much, the needle was in there for like, I don't know, what felt like 5 minutes, and he was slowly injecting my toe. And as he was injecting it, I could feel liquid going into my toe, swelling up, and it was so weird to me. And then that's the whole time I was like starting to sweat. I was clenching my fists, and he's like, don't forget to breathe normally. And I was like, okay, all right. And he took it out, and I was like, whew, all right, cool, numbing's over. He's like, all right, now for the other side. And I'm like, excuse me? He did the other side, I survived, and then he did some tests to see if it was numb. Actually numb. It felt so weird. It felt like my toe was in an ice bath for like hours. It felt so weird. And it's juiced up with numbing liquid. My toe was swollen. It looked like a toe sausage, you know? A sausage. It was weird. I know, visuals are really gross, but it looked crazy. I told him I was gonna watch because, I don't know, I'm weird, I like to watch just to see what he does. I'm curious. And he said, okay, for the first part though, I'm going to block your view because it may be gross. So he had a little like swab thing, a cloth swab, I don't know what it's called, but he covered it up, covered the front of my toe so I couldn't see. I think it was to cut underneath the skin that attached to my nail, because under there is where the problem is. So he did it, it was really fast. I was like, oh, it's already over, okay, cool. He's like, yep, it's definitely an infection, it smells. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I was a little embarrassed. He basically said he's going to cut off a part of my toenail and to get rid of the ingrown nail. And of course I saw him get the tools and everything. I think he also blocked the view just in case. But yeah, he cut it off, and then long story short, there's basically a hole in my toenail on the bottom left part of my big toe. He said the ingrown nail was pretty big, although he's seen larger, but it's pretty big and really sharp. And he's like, that's definitely cause of it. And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know how that even happened. I probably ran into something and it messed up the growth of my nail, which I can see because I bump into a lot of things at the apartment. I don't know. It's really funny though, because before he started doing this, I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, is it gonna hurt? I'm freaking out. Like, what do I do? I was like, it's okay. I mean, you can just watch something on your phone. You can look away. I can keep talking to you. It'll be fine. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch that. And he's like, all right, but are you okay with blood? I'm like, I don't know. We'll see. He started laughing and was like, don't tell me that. And it was a total joke. I think I'm okay with blood. Yeah. It wasn't even that much blood anyway. So then he said he was gonna put acid in the area where my ingrown nail was so that the nail doesn't grow there ever again, which is a weird concept to me. And it basically looked like an elongated Q-tip, and he stuck it underneath my skin. Like it was in there, and he was swirling it, moving it around, and it was weird to see that under your skin. You don't feel anything. You feel pressure, but you don't feel anything. He did that twice with the acid part, and then after that, he wrapped it up. That is where we are today. It has already been 24 hours. I am actually supposed to soak my foot in Epsom salt and warm water for 10 minutes, then take my bandage off in the water and then soak it for another 10 minutes. I'm currently waiting for Zach to come back with the ointment that I need. And yes, I'm currently still taking antibiotics. It's gonna be a week for antibiotics for me for the infection. But yeah, what a day. I can't walk either, so I'm limping around. And as you saw in the beginning of this vlog, Zach got me a makeshift cane with this Christmas gift wrapping paper. So that's what I've been using to limp around. Messes up my Chloe Ting workout schedule. I did not expect to have a procedure done. I thought it was just gonna be easy and go home, everything's great, but no. But it's okay, my toe is healing. I'm kind of curious to see what it'll look like without my bandage on. He said that the blood would like go through, but it hasn't, so it hasn't been bleeding that much, I don't think. And let me tell you, driving after that procedure was really weird, and walking around. I was limping around Walgreens. People kept looking at me, but it's all good. It should heal up in like a week or two. I have to go back to the doctor in 2 weeks to check up how the infection is and if it got worse or whatever. That is my story. Now we'll go back to regularly scheduled vlog content, which, I don't know. I think it's just gonna be toe content. Also, side note, after my birthday, I don't know if it was the eyeshadow because I think Balsam of Peru, which is one of the things I'm allergic to, is in eyeshadows. And I put like the yellow eyeshadow on, right? And I was touching nickel because of the stuff that I've been using. So I don't know, my neck started kind of breaking out like a few days ago with hives, and it's been really itchy, and I've been putting like Elidel cream on it. But anyway, I hope it doesn't get worse, but it's really annoying because I only had really good skin for like, I don't know, a few weeks, a week or two. It just sucks that it's back to being kind of bad, but it's fine. It'll get better. All right, now we wait for Zach.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Thank you for taking care of me.
My name is Nurse Zachary.
Thank you, Nurse Zachary.
As you can see, I will pour the Epsom food. That seems like
I've
too
never
much,
used Epsom
but
salt before.
So I have to soak my whole foot into this purple bowl that we eat out of. I'm kidding. We haven't used this one yet. Oh shoot. My battery! My battery died, but Zach was a doll and got me another battery. I'm cracking up right now because my toe can't fit in there because the bandage is so big. It's funny. So 10 minutes with my whole foot in. Take the bandage off with it underwater. Then another 10 minutes of soaking. But oh my god, it's so funny. Look. It's too big. I can't fit it all in there. Okay. It feels weird though. I can't push it down, otherwise it'll hurt. Ah, much better. Okay, get the clock.
Okay, 10 minutes.
I'm unraveling it now. Wait, in the water.
Careful.
And it's hard to do it underwater. Hello, I wrapped up my toe. It kind of looks a little janky because I wrapped it around and then on top because my nail is poking out. See? So it's a little bruised here. I can't really cook because I'm hobbling around. Can't put too much weight on my toe, my foot. I think we're gonna order out again. We ordered out yesterday too. My toe actually doesn't seem that bad. I don't think I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like because that's kind of gross. But there's a little bit of blood underneath my nail. I still keep looking at the screen. Okay. See ya.